Well, some blame water challenges in municipalities like Polokwane and Mopani on the doorstep of Lepelle Northern Water Board. The Mametja-Sekororo Bulk Water Project remains incomplete, with citizens relying on water tankers or natural water sources. This while the much delayed and Giyani Bulk Water Project is yet to complete the life-changing step of reticulation to households. But the water utility has also suffered the challenges on non-payment from municipalities. Lepelle Northern Water Board Chairperson Dr Ndweleni Mphephu joins us now to chat a little bit about that. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us on Late Edition.
Good evening, and good evening to all the viewers.
Officials such as the Minister of Water and Sanitation have in the past criticised long delays in projects managed by the Lepelle Northern Water Board. What's your response to that?
There has been challenges in the past, and we have to agree on that. But we must say that since the sixth administration, where the new board or the current board was appointed in 2021, there has been a major improvement in terms of the project. For example, Giyani project that you were talking about, we have finished the pipeline from Nandoni Dam to Nzami. That project has been completed. In 2023, the water has arrived in Nzami. The second project, which is under Lepelle Northern Water, is Giyani Water Services, which is a bulk distribution of water from Nzami Water Treatment Works to 55 villages. That project is currently sitting at 92%. The only things that needs to be done is pressure testing. And with pressure testing being completed or will be completed around March, this project will be done, and Mopani then will do the reticulation to the remaining 31 villages. The cabinet was celebrating the fact that 24 villages are receiving water out of 55 villages. So there has been a major improvement. The second project that we have done since the board has been Ebenezer Oliphant Sport project. You were talking with Executive Mayor of Polokwane, talking about the improvement that Lepelle has done. That project currently, the Oliphant Sport, we have refurbished all 11 pumps so that we can have security of water supply to Polokwane, the 50 megaliters per day that we give them. The Ebenezer as well. It's moving well, but we can see there's been a major improvement in terms of project management, operational efficiency, and financial management, as well as governance at Lepelle Northern Water.
Now, there's the problem of municipalities not always paying their bills on time to the water board. How does that affect your operations?
It affects a lot because Lepelle sits with about 377 employees. We have to buy chlorine and flocculant that needs to be used to clean water. We have to maintain our plants to ensure that water treatment works, to ensure that they are running. But we must admit that there's been an intervention by our Honorable Minister of Water and Sanitation, as well as National Treasury. Hence, there were municipalities where their equitable shares were held so that we can get into agreement on how they can pay their debt. But that's a serious problem that we have currently, where in the whole of South Africa, the water board, they are being owed almost 28 billion rand. And we don't get any equitable shares or funding from government. We need water service authority or municipality to pay and the industry to pay. So that really affects us. But I must say that there's been a good working relationship at a national government with COCTA, with National Treasury, as well as Department of Water and Sanitation, even at the provincial level. And we are happy with the intervention that the province under our Premier has done, and the MECs who are involved with water service authorities.
Do you think the private sector should be playing more of a role in addressing water provision in the region?
Absolutely. That's why we had a conference in Cape Town, the AU IAP Investment Conference, where we were calling for investment into the water infrastructure. We do know that the government fiscus is constrained, and therefore for us to function, we do need to attract capital. Lepelle Northern Water needs about 2 billion rand currently, and we are going out to raise capital to ensure that we can invest in our infrastructure, and I know that all the water boards are doing the same. But the good thing is that there's been a huge improvement in water boards. And I can give you an example. I mean, Lepelle Northern Water, when we came in, the revenue was about 600 million. We are currently at about over 2 billion. And that's a good revenue, and it shows the working relationship that we have with municipality. But with that revenue and increase of assets, we are able to go out there and raise capital. We do need investment, and we can see that if with that investment, whether it's from mines, banks, we should be able to work together and invest in our infrastructure to ensure that people have got accessibility to water at all times.
Thank you so much for your time this evening. That was Lepelle Northern Water Board Chairperson Dr Ndweleni Mphephu joining us to chat about the water provision in the region. Well, it's time for a quick break. We'll be back in just a bit. Stay with us.